You've seen actress Reagan Pasternak on popular TV shows such as ABC's Good Trouble, Bets, Miss Pat, and appearing with Amy Adams in HBO's Sharp Objects. Now she has written a book entitled Griffin's Heart, Mourning Your Pet with No Apologies, to offer comfort and guidance to pet owners who are struggling after the loss of a beloved animal companion. Reagan, thank you so much for joining us here today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And, you know, you're not just an astounding actress, you know, in the Miss Pat and, of course, you know, Good Trouble and Sharp Objects, because there's a lot more to you because you just wrote a book recently, Griffin's Heart.
Yes, actually, technically, this is the second edition of Griffin's Heart. I wrote it, I put it out a couple years ago, and then the feedback and the response was so huge that we decided to do a new edition, add companion products that you can see here behind me, and kind of just continue this kind of journey of validating this type of pet loss. It's a pet loss book.
When it comes to writing books like this, and I know you mentioned it's your second edition, how does it feel, I guess, writing it?
It's been such a crazy experience. Just when I wrote the book, it's Griffin's Heart, and it was about my soulmate animal, Griffin. And when he died, I was so completely devastated, completely lost, couldn't find the right resources that I needed. And I started writing my own experience out. And it kind of evolved into what it is now, which is a very interactive kind of book. I first began writing it for me, and then the more people I would talk to, the more people I realized were in the same boat as me in terms of pain from losing an animal.
Mm-hmm. And when you wrote it, just pretty much based off of your experience, do you share tips there as well, or like advice, or how to kind of get through everything, how to live, you know, your day-to-day life, you know, after that?
That's exactly what the book is. It's completely practical. It's why therapists are now recommending it, because it's very conversational and it's very interactive. You're not just reading this book. It's short chapters, because when you're in pain, you don't want to sit and focus for too long. So it's like little increments, hopefully with so much love. It's written so from my heart, completely authentically. And it's little by little, so that the reader can memorialize their animal, so that they can move slowly and sweetly through that kind of grief. And I have to say, I mean, it's, you know, sometimes you do something, you're like, who did this? Sometimes I look at that book, I'm like, who wrote this book? I have no idea how that happened. Like, I never in a million years that I'd read a book. So I just think that it kind of wrote itself in a way. And I think that's why maybe it's worked for so many people.
And, you know, of course, with the book, you also decided to have a little bit of merchandise, which is, you know, and with the holidays, of course, coming around the corner. So what inspired you to come out with like merchandise, you know, besides the book?
Yeah. So many people, you know, thousands of readers after the first edition came out would talk to me about, you know, how good it felt to be validated in this type of loss. And my brain is just always going. I barely sleep. That's just how I am. And so I just thought, oh, I want more. I want to give more out now. This is the candle set. And it took me a year to come up with every single thing. There's quotes from the book. Each candle has quotes from the book and messages for me on top of the candles. And they're oat milk and sage, so they feel very healing. And I just wanted people to be able to, first of all, if you're not the person who lost the animal, you go, what do I do for my friend who's in such pain?
Right.
And get them the candles and they memorialize it, because I think grief, and this goes for when I lost my mother, this goes for when I've lost friends now, that you have to carve out your own time. Nope, everybody else has to go on with their lives. You have to do it yourself and carve out your own time to let yourself feel however you're feeling. The other thing we did was a throw blanket, because I'm always like obsessed with blankets. And this also has a personal message for me on the back of this card, and it's highest quality. And I just thought, you know, when you're feeling sad, you go and you get cozy with your blanket and you like wrap yourself up. And I wanted it to feel like a hug from me. And so that's just kind of how it started. I just thought, wow, people need to be validated. And what else can I do? And I have so many more things in my in my head that are in the works. Yeah.
And I think that's great because, with the holidays, and of course, I think it's great that you came up with that idea because what if, your friend lost, a pet, and then what can you do besides just be there for them, but you can also be able to gift them something that you came up with. And I think that that's a really great idea with the candles and the blanket.
So these are keepsakes forever. And that was kind of what I had in my head.
I love that. Okay, so where can people and viewers go for more information, even for these products for the holidays, and even if, someone else is going through, grief and grieving right now?
That's so, I love that. I thank goodness now the book, because of the success of the first one, has distribution all over the country. We're in all the major bookstores and the minor bookstores and on our site, which is griffinsheart.com. And then from there, if you go to griffinsheart.com, you can really see the rest of the products up close and get the details about them. And those are also available on Amazon as well.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Reagan, so much for sharing this inspirational story.
I appreciate your support. Thank you.